He says the county jail is not the right place for some people, and he wants everyone to be able to get the help they need. The facility will officially open sometime this summer. A push to save the lives of students and staff using old fire equipment. Harrison Township's fire chief says old hoses can be used to keep students safe during active shooter situations. They can be used as door stoppers. The department got the idea from a program at Northridge Local Schools.
There's not even a slightest bit of strain or stress on these. There was 3 very large men that we had pulling on these doors to try and see if we could get it to fail, and you can't.
The chief said he would be willing to help other schools as well if they are interested in this method of safety. The average teacher's salary isn't keeping up with inflation. The National Education Association found educators are taking home about $4,000 less than they were a decade ago. The numbers showed almost 40% of full-time K-12 education support professionals earn less than $25,000.
Young educators, as they make those decisions to start families or to buy houses, they realize they don't have enough money to do that. And so they are too often making the decision that they cannot afford to stay in the profession of education.
Ohio ranks number 17 in the nation for pay. The average teacher salary is about $64,000. Good morning, 5:16. It's 36 very chilly degrees out there. It even feels a little colder than it was yesterday. Let's get the latest on the forecast to see if there's a warm-up in store. Here's Storm Center 7 meteorologist Robert Gauthreaux. Good morning.
Good morning. There is a warm-up, but it's not very significant. We do technically warm up, although all week it looks like we stay below average, and perhaps even into next week. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Right now, let's talk about today's high temperature, which is arguably a little bit milder than what we had yesterday, 56 degrees, mostly cloudy. Some of you actually see a little bit clearing this morning, but we do expect some increase in clouds leading to partly to mostly cloudy skies this afternoon, a high of 56, and a little bit better chance today of some passing showers. Certainly not a washout, but there are some showers in the forecast, and here's the warm-up I'm talking about. Tomorrow, getting into the upper 50s, and then the 60s Thursday and Friday. That does seem warmer, and it certainly is. But typically in late April, we're about 68 degrees. So this week does seem to be, it'll remain cooler than average as we head into the latter part of the work week and the weekend. But what about rain? So this is something, we don't show very often because percentages, you might interpret percentages one way, your neighbor might interpret it another way. Generally, when we use rain percentages, we mean that it will rain for this much of the viewing area. So you can see Thursday, we have about a 20% chance of rain, meaning 20% of the area will likely see some measurable rainfall. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, a majority of the area will likely see some measurable rainfall. But Wednesday, you'll notice, is 0%. Wednesday actually looks to be the nicest day, and you can see that here illustrated on the Futurecast. At least before then, let's talk about Tuesday morning and then Tuesday afternoon. The late morning, you start to see some showers coming through. I talked a few minutes ago about some showers in northern Indiana. They'll be making their way through, lingering a bit into the afternoon, so definitely a better chance of some passing showers today. But then, yes, heading into Wednesday, it actually looks fairly sunny. Some passing clouds possible, but overall Wednesday looks to be the nicest day, with temperatures, again, slowly climbing into the low 60s. By Thursday, we kind of bring the chance back for at least a shower is possible. Some showers on Friday, but Saturday and Sunday look to be a little bit wetter, and Monday too, with high temperatures back in the 50s. So I mentioned that's cooler than average. And if we go beyond the next 7 days, I can't give you precise temperatures or be really precise on whether or not it's going to rain. That far in advance, we have to look more at climatological indicators. And what we see, at least moving beyond the 7-day forecast for about the next week or so, it does look like even next week will be below average for this time of year. See the little legend here? You can see the bluer colors indicating cooler than average. So not only are we cooler than average this week, but it does look like we'll be cooler than average heading into tomorrow. And hopefully your commute this morning is better than average too. But let's get the latest update on traffic with Jake Magnotta.
Pretty calm and quiet across the area. We've had good driving conditions and so far no reported accidents or delays. If you may be heading out to our major interstates, Here's a look at how traffic is moving on Interstate 70, both the east and westbound lanes. We haven't seen any changes in those travel times. This is right there at Snyder Road between Route 4 and 675. Some travel times if you take westbound 70 from that point all the way over to State Route 49 in the Clayton area. 20-mile drive right now taking exactly 20 minutes. I'm Jake Magnata, WHIO Team Traffic.
Jake, thank you. 5:20 now, 36 degrees.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
The words no one wants to hear from a cockpit. The planes damaged by wildlife, including one flight out of Columbus. A historic mansion goes up in flames. The questions firefighters are still working to answer this morning. Plus,
they can just generate a new recovery key, basically take over all of your information, your data, any of your apps.
a warning for iPhone users this morning, how you can get locked out of your own phone by thieves.